Welcome back to another video. I'm Doliwhop, and today we're doing another episode of Legendary Lore. If you don't understand what we're doing here, go watch the first episode about the legendary birds. To keep it quick though, we're taking the legendaries that might not have the best reasons to be legendary and giving them proper lore and purpose to justify their status. This week's subject, the legendary beasts. Now before you get up in arms saying the beasts do have lore, yeah, they do. The tower burning, being revived, all that's great and perfect, and I'm not touching it. It's what comes after that that is the problem. Look at all three of them. Now look at Suicune. Now back to the other two. Now back to Suicune. Now back to the other two. See the difference? No, these two don't do shit. Poor Raikou and Entei. Ho-Oh said they loved all their kids equally, but slipped Suicune $100 while you guys weren't looking. Yeah, in terms of duty, Raikou and Entei get shafted. Suicune has this connection to the north wind and purifies sick water with its touch. It's got majesty and purpose, and always seems like it's been placed above its brothers. What does Entei do? When it barks, it causes volcanic eruptions, and it runs. Raikou, something about running being very loud and thunderbolts. That does raise a question. Do they need jobs? I mean, not all legendary Pokemon require some otherworldly task. Sometimes it's just a power and rarity threshold. Just look at Mewtwo. However, I feel bad for the two. When they come home for family reunions, Suicune gets to wax poetic about saving the Earth, and these two haven't done jack shit. Today we fix that with another little story time. After the three beasts were reborn by Ho-Oh and chased from Ekritique by its people, they were lost. What did this new rebirth mean? What was their purpose? That is when the wind blew and spoke to them. Follow me, for you are needed. Thus they split, being guided by the winds to a new life and purpose. While Suicune followed the north wind to find water that needed to be healed, Raikou followed the south wind. It led the beast to the storms that rumbled across the land. The storms were necessary, but dangerous. They could cause destruction and harm to the Pokemon they flew across. Raikou's power and presence created an eye in that storm, where Pokemon in trouble could rest and be protected while they waited for the storms to pass. Raikou acted as a lightning rod, drawing powerful blasts of electricity to it so no one would have to worry about being struck by them. When the storm would part, the wind would blow, and Raikou would run, chasing the next storm. Entei followed the west wind, feeling the warmth come from the breeze. The wind led Entei to volcanoes that shook the earth with their power. They threatened to wipe out the world around them, but Entei could stop it. Entei's roar quells the volcano, relieving the pressure that builds up within it. It prevents the destruction of those around it for the volcanoes that would not bring life, but ruin the area. Here we go! Entei and Raikou now have actual purpose for their roaming. Raikou is a lightning rod / eye of the storm / storm chaser, while Entei mines volcanoes. I know Suicune has the wind connection alone for reasons, but when I looked up and saw the south winds had a connection to storms in some mythology, and west winds had a connection to light spring and early summer breezes, I thought it was too perfect not to use. I gotta admit, it was a bit tough to come up with something for them. Other than the wind connection I'd made, what binded the beasts together? All I had to really go off of was Suicune, as it was the standard I had to bring the other two up to. That's when it clicked. With Suicune's ability to purify sick water and their origins of being brought back to life, I think the beasts are protectors of life. Each roams the world, preventing harm to the water, land, and the Pokemon that live in it. It gives them a specific task that also isn't out of scale for them. A big thing that's important when creating these lore videos is making sure the task I give the Pokemon matches the power level. The beasts are strong, but I'd say they're on the lower rungs of the legendary tier list, at least in terms of power. I think the end of this series is me creating the legendary Pantheon tier list and a rough history. Like, I want to show who came first, who ranks where on the power scale, and who's connected to who. To wrap it all up, that won't be for a while though. That's all for this week. If you go to my community page, the poll's up for the next legendary to be chosen. Like and subscribe, follow me on Twitter for updates, and I'll see you all next time.